guess what? I can be loud and obnoxious in my house and do this story time because no one's fucking home. Finally! You don't know how annoying it is living with two brothers and parents that are always home, and you can never just do this while they're home. So, a round of applause for me for finally having time to film this. Yes! Oh my god, let's do this. If you've read the title of this video now, which would be weird because if you click videos and you don't know what the title of the video is and you're just watching random things, that just doesn't make sense. So I feel like you had to have read the title by now. And this is kind of like a soccer jersey. Like, I was gonna wear my high school soccer sweatshirt, but then I was like, I don't think I feel like telling you guys where I fucking live and what high school I went to. So I have another thing to comment on. Let me get the dictionary up. I have to read you the definition of a word real fast. Okay, so the word clickbait means content whose main purpose is to attract attention and encourage visitors to click on a link to a particular web page. That web page being this, because I'm gonna be honest with you guys right now, I don't like lying to you. So right off the bat, I'm gonna let you know I wasn't kicked off the team. I was gonna put in the title, I was almost I was almost kicked off the team, but then I was like, no one wants to fucking hear a story about how something almost happened to me. I'm gonna be wicked dramatic and pretend I actually got kicked off the team, even though in reality the story just kind of has to do with me almost not making the soccer team because of my Twitter. I'm gonna explain why, which I guess is the purpose of a story time because I tell you what happened. Okay, glad that I got two definitions out of my mouth, clickbait and story time. First off though, I kind of want to do this first. I went to my P.O. box this morning and I opened it and I didn't film it just because I'm useless. I don't really want to film every single time I go and open my stuff because I like to have that moment where I just am one with the mail that I have just received. And I just want to show you like something cute I got. I got this little kitty from someone, like, aww. This is so freaking cute. And then I got these seashells from France from the same person. That's so fucking cool. Like, I've basically been to France now. I just want to shout out the people who have sent me letters. Shout out to Morgan, Ireland. Wait, your last name's Ireland? That's cool. Chloe Toss. And then we have Laura Fox. Yeah, thank you so much for all the stuff so far, guys. This is amazing. I'm overwhelmed. Now let's get into the actual tea of this story. So here we go. The time I almost didn't make my soccer team, but also got kicked off of it, according to my title, because of my Twitter. Let me just give you a background of basically my whole life. So I had played soccer from kindergarten to freshman year. Yeah, I used to be active back in the day. I used to leave my house and exercise literally almost every single day. That's not so much the case anymore. So yeah, played soccer a majority of my life. You make the team every single year when you play soccer as a child, but then that changes when you go to high school. Because what doesn't change when you go to high school, you know? Haha, high school rocks. Let me just give you a background of what my life was the summer of going into freshman year. So you basically have to train every single fucking day of the summer if you are trying to make a sports team in high school, because for whatever reason, sports teams in high schools are literally like trying to try out for the Olympics. I don't know why. It's just crazy bullshit. If you have never tried out for a sports team before, don't. It's not worth it. It's literally hell. But if you like sports and you want to do it, go for it. Do your thing. But my personal experience, it sucks and it's not fun. So that whole entire summer, I was literally busting my ass off going from one soccer camp to the next soccer camp, to the next soccer camp, to the next soccer camp, to going to my house, to playing soccer in the backyard, playing soccer in the pool, playing soccer in the shower, playing soccer in my fucking room. My whole summer consisted of soccer to the point where I was starting to be like, why the fuck am I doing this? I don't even like soccer. Soccer just used to be like my daily routine for 8 years of my entire life, and it just started getting more of like a literal job than something I actually enjoyed going into freshman year tryouts. And then freshman year tryouts for soccer became one of the worst things I've ever done in my entire life, which I'll get to in a second, but man, just thinking about this right now, like, fuck. I really had to put up with some stupid bullshit in high school that I don't even understand how any of this happens, why it happens, just how I got through this. Like, oh my god, this story, I just hate it so much. All 8 years of soccer just make me think of this one moment. Here's another background story. I have had this Twitter account that I still use right now since I was 10 years old. Like, I think if you go on my Twitter, it'll say like created August 2010. So I have been tweeting about random bullshit over the years. It's been either Club Penguin or Justin Bieber or One Direction up until now that I use it for like just my own stuff and like YouTube and stuff and just my own personal life. But yeah, whatever. I was a fan account for a long time, and that was basically my outlet like growing up. Like, besides playing soccer outside of school, school. I had my fan account that was literally like my whole fucking outlet. And for those of you who have fan accounts, you know that that shit means the entire world to you. Like, to be able to just go on Twitter and just fucking tweet like,
oh my god, I wish I had a pair of rollerblades right now.
And just have like 30 people probably care and like respond to you and be like,
dude, same, me fucking too, yo, haha.
I spent a good 5-6 years of my life having one, and that shit was my outlet. And that being my outlet, I never wanted anyone from my school to know about it. Why? Because I didn't like a lot of people from my school. I also didn't have a lot in common with my school, said having a literal fan account, which is something that is just not normal to normal people in school, I guess. You just go from literally dealing with everyone's bullshit all day long at school, pretending you care about who fucking got a touchdown on what team during what sports game last night, and then you get to go onto Twitter and talk about how much you literally wish that you had Harry Styles sniffing your feet. I honestly don't know why that's my example. Please don't think that I am a fucking weirdo for coming up with that. I honestly wouldn't, not like if anyone in general sniffed my feet. Anyways, moral of the story, when you have a fan account or something like that, your worst nightmare is people from your town or your school or something finding out about it. And then one day that happened to me. My whole entire town, my soccer team, my friends, people I didn't fucking like, everyone that I'd ever known in my entire life suddenly found out that I had one. And let me tell you how it happened. So one day I was at my last soccer tryout ever, and I was literally about to find out that day if I was making the team or not. Like, I wasn't really the best at soccer, but I also wasn't the worst. I was fucking scared because my parents really thought that if I didn't make the soccer team, I would have had no purpose in life. They thought that I was going to go to college for soccer at this time because I was a freshman. I didn't know how to stick up for myself. I didn't know what my dreams were. It was just chaotic. So I had a lot of stress going into this last final soccer tryout because I was like, I have to make this team because of my parents. I have to make this team because I have nothing else going for me. I have to make this team because if I don't, I'm gonna be fucking embarrassed because all my other friends are trying out, and if I don't make it, I'll fail in front of all my friends. Had a lot going on that day, and then someone decided to make matters worse for me, which is just amazing. I went to my soccer bag during one of the breaks during the tryouts. The breaks during tryouts are very short, okay? They're like 30 seconds long. You get off the field for the first time in like an hour, maybe 45 minutes if you're lucky. You go to your bag, you drink water, and then you go back on the field. And if you get caught checking your phone, like, it's a big fucking deal because you're not supposed to have your phone at these for whatever reason. But I decided to check my phone. And I still can't figure out if that was the biggest mistake or the best thing I've ever done in my life. Because when I checked my phone, I had probably 35 messages from all my friends with a screenshot of my Twitter saying, "Is this you?" And I was like, hold on, what? I was confused because all of my friends were texting me that at once, and I was like, what is going on? And at that time, I had 2 accounts. I had my fan account, and then I had a regular account where I pretended that I cared what everyone in my town was tweeting about, and I followed people from my town. So I had both of these accounts saved on my phone, and I had all my tweet notifications on, so if someone tweets me, it's gonna go onto my phone screen. So I scrolled down a little bit past all the messages and the preview picture of my fucking Twitter account, and I see a tweet with an account called "She's Off Private." And it's tweeting at me saying, at, like, my old school account username used to be xCaitlyn, and it would say, at xCaitlyn's real account is blah blah blah, and it was the name of my fan account at the time. And I just looked at this in the middle of my soccer tryout, and I started bawling my eyes out because I had no idea what was going on. And then before you know it, my phone is unlocked, I'm on Twitter, and I have found out that someone had made an entire Twitter account to harass me on Twitter to every single person in my town to expose this fan account. They followed over 500 people in my town. It was gaining followers rapidly because a lot of people from my town were like, what is this? What's going on? And everyone was following the account to just get updates. And by the time that I looked at my phone, it had over 130 followers from people in my fucking town. And I was shitting bricks at this. And so I started looking at all the tweets and everything, and it's them just saying, like, she's been hiding behind this account for so long, like, this is her real account, like, giving them links to all my other social media, like my Tumblr, or I think I used to have like a private Instagram. I think they posted the link to that and all this stuff, and it was just gaining so many followers. And then since they followed people from both accounts, I started to have people that like were my actual friends that didn't live near me or weren't in my town, and they were texting me saying that they knew that they weren't on my phone right now because I wasn't answering, and that they had started DMing the person trying to get them to delete the account, and they just weren't doing it. And this all happens to me in probably the span of 45 seconds as I'm sitting there at my water break. And then all of a sudden my coach says,
everyone come back, like, we need to finish the tryouts.
I instantly feel fucking sick. So I go up to my coach, I'm like,
hi, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Like, can I go into the bathroom for like 5 minutes and then I'll come right out?
And she was not happy with that. It wasn't a good look because I am in the middle of a soccer tryout. I'm trying so hard to make this team, and now I'm asking her for a break because I'm gonna throw up when you're supposed to literally prove to these people that you can go and endure any amount of physical pain for whatever fucking reason. I hate sports so much. And so then all of a sudden I'm in the bathroom basically about to throw up, and I'm trying to DM this person. I'm trying to text all my friends. I'm trying to tell them it's not me. I changed my icon. I changed my name. I changed my header on my fan account. I'm tweeting, I don't know what's going on. Like, people think I'm this girl named Caitlyn. All the people who follow that account who know my name is Caitlyn are like tweeting me back and are like, what the fuck? Like, you are like, what is going on? I'm just in the bathroom during soccer tryouts trying to figure this whole shebang out. And I actually still have that other account that I used to use for keeping up with people in my town. And I have all the DMs with this person who actually made the account still, because they never figured out how to delete their own account. I'm gonna read to you all the DMs that went down with this person in the middle of my freshman year soccer tryouts, as I was trying to make the soccer team for the sake of my parents, trying to make the soccer team for the sake of my own life, I guess, trying to just not freak out because the soccer tryouts are a week before high school starts. I'm a little fucking baby freshman, and now I have to deal with everyone in my town finding the one outlet I had on the internet. I was just killing it. And this literally all happened, I'm looking at the date now, September 29, 2014, like probably 2 days before my first day of high school ever, and this is what I get to deal with. Oh my god, lucky me. For whatever reason, I threatened this person, and I go, I'm being strongly advised to call the police about this right now because of online harassment by many adults at this point, and I'm telling them to wait before calling anyone. Who did I think I was? Your IP address can be easily tracked and traced, so I'm not really sure what you're really doing at this point, and if you find this worth it. And then the person goes, you do realize you could get in a lot of trouble too. When they sent me that, I was like, how am I getting in trouble when you're making an account following every single person that I've ever come in contact with in my entire life and tweeting these threatening things saying like, oh, this is like her account, everyone like follow it, like, you know, I was like, what am I doing wrong? And so I said, for what? And then she goes, but God, if you care that much, just get your friends to block this account so it can be deleted because I don't know how to delete it. Okay, so she gave up that fast when I confronted her. What was the purpose of this then? Okay. And I said, you use your computer LMAO and deactivate it. She goes, don't have one. And I go, get your friend I supposedly called a bitch to do it then. Oh yeah, wait, oh my god. I remember one of the tweets was like, she called my friend a bitch, so I made this account. And everyone was tweeting her saying like, who did she call a bitch? And like, I tweeted her saying like, what are you talking about? And she wouldn't tell me who I apparently called a bitch. So I was like, well, this smells like bullshit. She said again, I don't have a laptop. And I said, like I said before, I'm willing to talk to you. Oh, wait, I remember this too. This person also tweeted that they also had a fan account. So then I was really confused, and I was like, okay, so clearly I have an issue with someone who has the same type of account that I have, and you're in the same position as me, and that's your outlet. So why are you trying to attack me for mine? And then they go, I'm sorry, seriously, just please help me delete this account. And this girl was like panicking. Like, she started deleting all her tweets as like I was yelling at her. Not even yelling, actually, I was being nice. And then I said, what's the password? I'll do it for you so you don't get in trouble. That's the only way I can do it. And she goes, I just typed in a bunch of random letters. I don't really know. And I said, fuck. And she goes, can you just suspend the account? And I go, did you use a real email? And she goes, nope, I'm such an idiot. At that point, I should have been like, yeah, you are an idiot because I now am dealing with this in the middle of my soccer tryouts. I have all my friends who now know this account exists when I didn't want any of them ever knowing about it because I used to have very judgmental friends in high school, and I just didn't even want even my closest friends to know about it because it was just straight up my fucking outlet. Like, I couldn't tweet about One Direction on my normal school account. That just wouldn't really vibe with the townies, you know? For whatever reason, I wasn't flipping out at her, and I said, unfollow everyone while I try to get it suspended. And then I was tweeting, and I was like, everyone please report this account. And I said, everyone's trying to report it now. Don't do this again. I have no hesitation calling next time. Not sure if you've ever taken an internet safety class. Have I ever taken it? Like, what? An internet safety class? I don't even know if I've ever taken one. But even after you delete the tweets, twitter.com still owns them and has them saved. But I still won't do anything. I'm not like that. I don't know what I'm trying to say at this point. And she goes, okay, thank you so much. I'm really sorry. This was just meant to be a joke, but I learned a lot from this. At least I can learn from my mistakes. And I was like, oh yeah, the expense of just ruining my life. And I said, I really hope you can, and I hope you understand whatever I've done to you or your friend. I probably didn't mean it. And from this, I hope you realize I'm not as rude or an ass or whatever you thought I was as I really am. If I was as bitchy as you thought I was, I would have called the police way before this, but I'm not like that. I give people chances and forgive them and talk to them. Aww. This was coming from a girl who was crying in the bathroom of freshman tryouts for soccer with all my guy friends, all my girlfriends who now know about this account. I have to explain it to them. I have to change my username. I have to be more cautious of what I say about it. This is someone who just had their fucking pretty much life ruined, and I'm still being nice. Fuck, I need to stop being a softie. I need to be a badass punk girl. I'm gonna go get a tattoo sleeve. And then she said, thank you, I really appreciate the fact that you're so nice. I was asked, I'm sorry. And I go, it's fine. I would really appreciate it if you told me who you were, though. And what I did, you do owe it to me, considering what you just did to me and my friends. And we haven't even had our first day of high school yet. And you don't know my relationships and terms with all the people in my town you just followed. So I was just so humiliated at this point. And then she didn't tell me who she was and said, if I just sign out and never go back, would that be all right? And I said, I still want answers to what I said before about who you are and what exactly I did. If I even did anything, I deserve it, honestly. I sent that on September 29th, 2014 at 1:23 p.m. 4 years later, and I still have no idea who this person is. After I got out of the bathroom, after that whole conversation went down, I was just like sobbing and just bawling my eyes out, running back and forth up the soccer field, just trying to bust my ass off to just still make it onto this team. And I remember like the anger that I was just like exerting from my body onto the field. I was literally running and trying faster and harder than I'd ever tried in my entire life, just because I had so much in my system I had to get out. And I ended up making the soccer team somehow. Like at that point in the bathroom when I was just crying, I was so ready to just go home and just be like, sorry, like mom and dad, like I didn't make the team, like it couldn't happen. I really wasn't good at soccer, like at all. So I was just kind of accepting my fate at that point, that I didn't make the soccer team because I was too busy crying over being harassed online by some random person who had something against me. But yeah, so like that really sucked, because from then on out, like since I had made the soccer team, and everyone knew about my Hannah Montana double life little secret, every single time I went to a soccer practice or a game, I would run up and down the field with my buds. I would just be kicking the ball, like doing my own thing, minding my own business, and then someone would always come up to me and be like,
hey Caitlyn, saw your funny tweet about Zane the other day.
and I would just be like, you're right. But then eventually as time went on, I kind of just owned up to it, and then people started to think I was Twitter famous, and then people started to think that I had an ego because I had all these fake followers basically on Twitter, because when I was 10 I somehow gained all of them through being a Justin Bieber account, and then that eventually led to me being bullied into school about being Twitter famous. So it was just one never-ending cycle of just being fucking teased. So thank you to that girl who made the account. You started a really awesome chain of events for me that might not have happened without you. But then eventually it was okay, because I stopped using my town account that I used to have, and now I just use my regular one. And actually, if I go into my settings of this account right now, I still have like probably 200, 300 people from my town blocked on it, because right after that whole situation happened, it started my fiasco of blocking every single person from my town I could possibly think of known to man. And then the next 4 years of high school were consisted of people being like,
hey, like, can you unblock me?
and I'd be like, you're a douchebag to me. No. So those conversations were always fun with people. We'll get into my other issues that I had with high school as time goes on, but I thought I'd start off with this like lighthearted one. Might be lighthearted to you, but it fucking sucked for me. So I need to get something real fast though, because I need a thumbnail, so please hold. Okay, so I just tried to find a soccer ball to hold up for a thumbnail, but I guess I don't have any anymore, so we have a hockey stick that we will be using for this thumbnail. So if you were confused about the thumbnail in the first place, this is how this happened. I probably honestly popped all of the soccer balls that I possibly could have ever owned right after freshman year soccer ended. So yeah, I now have this hockey stick in my hands just to make a confusing thumbnail for like literally no reason. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this. I hope you enjoy me sharing my traumatic experiences in high school. I guess they're kind of funny if you look at it in a different light. Haha. Make sure to follow me on all my social medias, because I told you so, and also my P.O. box address is gonna be in the description if you want me to receive something that you want to send me. That's how P.O. boxes work. I'm intelligent. I graduated high school, barely. Haha. Go look at that story time if you haven't seen it already. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.